In 2005, he was the undisputed best football player on the planet. 15 years later, he was locked inside a Paraguayan prison cell with exactly $5 in his bank account. We're looking at the careers of icons like Ronaldinho, Neymar, and Antony, players who possessed rare, street-forged skills, signed contracts worth hundreds of millions, and then watched it all vanish. Their failures follow a specific, recurring pattern. There's a mechanism at work that activates the moment these athletes achieve everything they ever dreamed of. To see how that mechanism works, we have to look past the headlines and into the psychological reality of what it takes to survive the favelas. Every one of these stories begins far away from the bright lights of Europe. They start in the fire of the Brazilian favela. Antony grew up in a Sao Paulo neighborhood, literally called Little Hell. As a child, he was surrounded by drug cartels, police raids, and guns. He spent those years playing barefoot on dirt pitches, pulling off tricks against actual criminals. When your daily life is a battle for survival, a football match feels trivial. For these kids, football is a lifeline, the only ticket out of poverty. That environment hardwires their brains to thrive exclusively on the struggle for survival. Eventually, that desperation pays off. The talent attracts the attention of European megaclubs, and they arrive with the life-changing contracts. Ronaldinho moved to Barcelona and became so dominant that even the rival fans at the Bernabeu stood up to applaud him. Neymar followed, then broke the world transfer record with a massive €222 million move to Paris, just to escape Lionel Messi's shadow and prove he could lead a team alone. Antony took his street-forged skills to the Dutch league, eventually forcing a €100 million transfer to Manchester United. They conquered the mountain. They secured the mansions, the cars, and the fame. But having everything means the struggle that defined them is suddenly gone. This creates a massive mindset shift. These players were engineered for conflict, their mental health anchored to surviving a hostile environment. When the danger disappears, they lose that anchor. Reaching the top isn't a reward, it's the beginning of a psychological drift. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers this year, and just like these players dreamed of making it to the big leagues, this channel is my dream. So hit subscribe, and let's look at the actual collapse. For legendary players like Ronaldinho, Neymar, and Antony, finally securing the bag was the exact event that triggered their destruction. Once the foundational hunger is gone, distractions creep in, and the fall from grace is brutal. Ronaldinho won everything, then stopped caring. He partied relentlessly and followed his brother into a series of bad decisions that led to fake passports, a Paraguayan prison, and legal bankruptcy. Neymar's body and mind broke under the weight of expectations. He eventually moved to Saudi Arabia for $150 million a year, a sign that he was done competing at the highest level. This chart shows the scale of that failure. He played just 5 games before a major injury, costing the club nearly $1 million for every single minute he was on the pitch. And Antony? The $100 million golden boy became a mocked benchwarmer at Manchester United, while his personal life spiraled into a series of criminal allegations. Despite the different eras, the result is the same: an inability to sustain greatness once the survival instinct is no longer required. The curse is actually a collision between childhood trauma and extreme adult wealth. We take kids from literal war zones, hand them hundreds of millions of dollars, and then act shocked when they don't behave like disciplined corporate executives. Fans want the fearless, chaotic energy of a street fighter on the pitch, but expect it to disappear the moment they hit the locker room. The traits that made these players unstoppable are the exact same traits that destroyed them. Next time you see a wonder kid dancing on the touchline, look at the heavy weight on their shoulders.